Unplug it.
One side. Okay, it's done. It's done. I'll come back in.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today we will be demonstrating a virtual Arrow of Light ceremony and a crossover ceremony. My name is Anna von Fanestock. I'm one of the unit serving executives with Lake Erie Council. And today I have with me my lovely family. This is my mom, Gloria, and my brother, Paston. They will be helping us today with the ceremony. Also today we have with us Mr. Todd Gadosh, also from the Lake Erie Council.
Hello, excited to be here. I'll be playing the role of Akela as kind of the voice in the sky or narrator for some of the major parts of this.
Awesome. So before we get started, if you have any questions throughout the video, please feel free to comment, and we will address most of your questions towards the end of the video. And we would like to explain a few of the roles before we begin, so those of you following along at home are fully aware of what everything is. So to start out, we have the Cub Master. The Cub Master is the unit leader for the pack for the pack. An Arrow of Light is the highest award that you can earn within Cub Scouting, and also we refer to the highest rank of Cub Scouting as Arrow of Light. A crossover is a ceremony when Scouts move from the pack into a troop.
Cool. Perfect. And just to reiterate, as Akela, an Akela is basically a symbol of authority and leadership within the Scouting community. Basically anyone that's acting as a leader. Today I'm going to be acting as the narrator, but that'll also give you some information, as well as teaching you some information on what will happen once your Scouts have crossed over at the end as well.
Wonderful. So let's just go ahead and get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to all Scouts, parents, families, and friends of Pack 123. Welcome representatives from Troop 456 and for the boys and the girls. Today you are here to join us to recognize the achievement of 6 Scouts for earning the Arrow of Light and for completing their Cub Scout journey. These Scouts have completed all the requirements to earn their Arrow of Light. This is the highest award in the Cub Scouting program, and it is also the award they can wear throughout their scouting adventure into adulthood. Let me now draw your attention to Akela as he will guide our Scouts.
Tonight, we honor the Weeblo Scouts who have completed the requirements for Cub Scouts' highest rank, the Arrow of Light. Will the Weeblo Scouts, Anna, Billy, Bobby, Emily, Jamie, and Ruth, and their parents please come up to the front. As you can see, our lovely Scouts are with us today, practicing social distancing from home. Now, you are all faithful members of the Weeblo Den, and soon you will graduate from Cub Scouting. You have learned much throughout your time in the program, and have learned many new requirements and activities. The Scouts BSA requirements and activities that you have done helped you to learn more about what Scouts BSA is and to find a troop that fits you best. Tonight, you will receive your Arrow of Light rank, and within a short time, you will be eligible to join the ranks of our Scouts BSA troops. And I believe everyone here tonight will be joining either Troop 456 boy or Troop 456 girl. That's very exciting. You were guided in this program throughout the Cub Scout ranks by the Arrow of Light. By what? Can you please show them the Arrow of Light? Beautiful. So that is what the Arrow of Light rank looks like. This emblem shows your guiding light on what you should be doing in scouting. Let this Arrow of Light continue to light your way as you move onward and upward along the scouting trail. It is now our pleasure to present each of you the Arrow of Light badge. You may wear this on the flap of your left shirt pocket of your Weeblo uniform. And later on, you can wear this on your Scouts BSA uniform. First, we will award the Arrow of Light to Anna. New patch, and it will go on her Scout uniform there. Perfect. Next, we will award Billy. Please hold your applause till the end. Billy will get his new Arrow of Light. Excellent. After Billy, we have Bobby. Bobby has earned his Arrow of Light as well. Next, we have Emily. Very good. Congratulations, Emily. Next, we have Jamie. Jamie has earned their Arrow of Light as well. And finally, Ruth will be earning their Arrow of Light as well. Congratulations to all our Scouts. But this scouting journey has not been just them. They have been aided by their den leader as well as their parents. We would like to take this time to recognize both their den leader and their parents. We would give a round of applause. Yay! Congratulations, everyone, on your achievement of Arrow of Light. You have been faithful members of the Weeblo Den, and now that you have graduated from Cub Scouts, you have learned about the Scouts BSA requirements. So, because you're now, I congratulate you on your fine work that you have done in Cub Scouting, and extend you the best wishes from the entire pack to you and your family as you continue your scouting journey into a Scouts BSA troop. Now, all the Arrow of Light Scouts will cross over the bridge tonight into their new Scouts BSA troop. Wow, look at that bridge. As they cross the bridge, they will get a new troop neckerchief, and that will be done by our new Scoutmaster. Now we will conclude our Arrow of Light ceremony and start our new crossing over ceremony. Please welcome your Scoutmaster. SPL, my apologies.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Karsten. I am SPL, Senior Patrol Leader of Troop 456, and I am here to welcome you into your continuation of your scouting career. First up, to earn their neckerchief is Scout Anna. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Next up, we have Billy. Now we have Bobby.
Something important to note during this crossover is that as they're crossing over, they're crossing from Cub Scouts into Scouts BSA, leaving behind their parents and taking on the mantle of leadership themselves.
Here we have Emily. And then Jamie. And last but not least, Ruth.
Congratulations to all our Scouts. Now, our new SPL, would you please lead us in the Scout Oath and Scout Law? Scout sign.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The Scout Law. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2.
Congratulations. And now the crossover is complete. As they join their new troops, they should definitely be thinking about what they need to know and what their parents need to know. I know Scout PS Anna might have some great pointers before I get into some more information that might be beneficial.
Hello, everyone. I am Scouts PS Anna, and I'm excited to introduce our new segment that we will be doing. It is essentially Scouts PS Anna following her through as she has crossed into a troop and is eager to begin scouting, even during this different time of virtual and social distancing. So stay tuned. We will be having segments for Scouts PS Anna as she begins her journey, starting with the Scout rank, working our way through.
Absolutely, thank you. So, Anna leads into some really important information that we want to also cover today. So, the crossover is definitely not the end of the journey for our Arrow of Light Scouts. Now they're beginning their Scouts BSA journey. But what do they need to know, and what should their families know about the differences in scouting? So, the first thing that they want to know will be where they're crossing over to. If you haven't had connecting activities or actions with your Scouts BSA troop, you should definitely take this time to think about a unit in your area that might suit your needs. You can go to beascout.org and type in your area code to find your nearest troops in the area that will offer this information to you. Additionally, you will want to make sure that your Arrow of Light parents are well informed about what is happening in their activities for the upcoming year. You want to make sure you have a parent orientation, and this is for the Scouts BSA troop. You want to make sure you have a parent orientation to teach those parents about the differences in program and making sure they understand what activities and events will be coming up. We're getting close to summer camp, so now is a great time to gear up for that. It would be great to have a gear list and information that they'll need for that. You should also have a cost sheet letting them know what each of the activities will cost for their annual year of scouting, whether it's a camp out or a new neckerchief or their new scout uniform. Make sure to have a calendar as well so that you can tell them what great activities are going to be happening, along with what time and where are the meetings. And finally, you should have a leadership contact sheet. All these are great options to have and should be something to note for new parents coming in. The leadership contact sheet should have an email and phone number of all critical adult leaders, advancement chair, committee chair, scoutmaster, and any additional assistant scoutmasters that need contact throughout scouting. Making sure that they understand that the parents should be contacting these individuals or have a third party involved if a scout is reaching out. So, once you've explained the difference in Cub Scouting and Scouts BSA to the parents, you'll want to make sure that your Cub Scout and new Scouts BSA member also understands the differences. They need to know the difference between the program of Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA. Being youth-led is a critical role of what's going on in your new Scouts BSA unit. And with that, having the youth take charge, elect a patrol leader, and start their unit, and start their journey to Eagle, they will all need these and many more to get ready. So making sure that you know all these things and have your troops ready to host their new Arrow of Lights is going to be critical. Now was a very difficult time for hosting new Arrow of Lights, but an easy way to do this is invite them to your Zoom meetings, inform them on what they need for upcoming campouts, and invite them to join in discussion and other activities. The Council is also putting on a variety of great activities and events, such as online merit badge programs, Camperall, which we're in That's a little, it's not an inception. But there are lots of great events that are going to be coming up, both virtually and in person, that you can engage your youth. So that leads into the idea of a Deliver the Promise event. Anna, do you know what a Deliver the Promise event is?
A Deliver the Promise event, isn't that an event after you do a recruitment where you do a fun activity?
Yeah. So crossing over into a new troop is basically a recruitment. You're recruiting new youth to join your Scouts DSA troop. So what might be some great Deliver the Promise events, Anna?
Deliver the Promise event could be a camp out. It could be a field trip to a local museum or other local activity that's going on. Right now, a Keep the Promise event could be a virtual camp out, could be a virtual hike, could be anything that you can think of, as long as you guys are connecting one another together and having an enjoyable and fun experience.
Absolutely. You want to make sure that you're instilling those values of scouting and making them excited and engaged for what scouting is. They've been given the promise of scouting, and you want to make sure that you're giving them exactly what they signed up for, whether it's going canoeing, kayaking, backpacking, once everything is cleared up, or doing a virtual camp out or a virtual activity. So let's make sure that we're delivering that promise of scouting to them. And finally, involving parents is going to be a very important role as well. Understanding that your new crossover den leader or adult participant can help that new troop in a variety of ways. Have something ready for the new parents. Have them engaged right away in your unit. Will offer a lot of great options to both keep themselves and their youth more engaged and give you an opportunity to have a new adult leader take part. So please make sure that you have something for them to do, whether it's helping that new patrol along or it's getting food for the next camp out. Make sure that they're engaged and involved so that they can feel needed and wanted inside your unit.
Wonderful. Sorry, I was just going to mention that a lot of the topics we've just discussed, we have Adult Leadership Development Conference information and resources available on the Lake Erie Council website. So feel free to always take a look there and see if you can find what you're looking for. If not, you can always contact us and we're more than happy to help you out.
Absolutely. The Weebletter Scout information that I just shared with you is involved there. But Anna, I believe that this crossover ceremony might be found somewhere else. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
This crossover ceremony, this is a sample of a crossover ceremony that we found from a wonderful website called cubscoutideas.com, and that's where we found our resource for today.
Absolutely. So we found a couple of resources that you can use. But Anna, can you tell us a little bit about what you needed today for your virtual crossover? Like what items, what things?
Everything that we used for our crossover today, we found around the house. We found, obviously, I drew the little pictures of our wonderful scouts, and then we put them on popsicle sticks. Our bridge is a scrap piece of cardboard that I found, and obviously our uniforms, we already have those. But I found a neckerchief that kind of matched our neckerchiefs that we printed out and we cut out and we added to our popsicle stick people. So everything that we used for our crossover was things that we had around the house. And we also found the pictures online. So if you have a printer available, if not, you can always be like me and draw a lovely picture. So everything that we used for our crossover ceremony, we wanted to represent things that you can find around the house to kind of Scout is thrifty, so we want to make sure that we're using things that we already have, and I think it worked out pretty well. So
absolutely. And if units need to order neckerchiefs and things like that, they can still be found online even with our Scout shops currently closed. So feel free to please use those as resources as well. A great way to do this would be to have youth Zoom into the meeting with the parents so that they can be part of the virtual crossover, whether it's stepping over, a bridge outside, or if it's in a bedroom, stepping over a blanket fort. There are a lot of great ways that you can incorporate some of these ideas into doing a virtual crossover.
Awesome. At this time, I think we would like to see if there were any questions that were posed to us through the comment section. Seeing none, but if you still have any questions following this, feel free to write them on in, and we will give some shout outs later and answer any questions you might have. Cool. So this concludes our formal portion of our Arrow of Light and virtual crossover ceremonies. And thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited. I'm going to go make sure that my tent is still standing. And I'm going to camp out tonight with you all. So I'm excited to join you.
Great. Thank you so much for having us, Anna, and thank you for putting this on. We look forward to more Scouts PS Anna moving forward.
Thank you.